Hello and a very warm welcome to the PROLEARNZ Power Talk Series, Episode 3, a platform that amplifies voices of visionaries, change makers, and trailblazers from around the world. I'm Dr. Shanoli Ray, founder and director of PROLEARNZ, and your host for today's inspiring episode. At PROLEARNZ, we are committed to transforming lives and careers through high-impact masterclasses, professional certifications, and value-driven learning experiences, both online and on-site. You can explore more about our work and programs at our website. Today, we are truly honored to be in conversation with a remarkable woman whose work beautifully blends creativity, culture, and community. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Rakhi Singh, best-selling author, publisher, community connector, and cultural ambassador. From penning over 50 enriching children's books to founding media platforms that promote Indian heritage globally, Rakhi Singh's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Through her storytelling and digital entrepreneurship, she is not only celebrating Indian roots, but also creating bridges of understanding for the next generation. Stay with us as we dive into her inspiring journey, her vision for multicultural education, and her practical wisdom for every professional, also parent and educator watching this today. So let's begin. Rakhiji, welcome to PROLEARNZ Power Talk series. And we all
Thank you.
are eager to listen to you, your voice, your values, your vision on our talk show.
Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure and honor to be on your show, and thank you to ProLearns and yourself as well and your team for inviting me and sharing what giving me the platform to share my views and thoughts about it. Thank you.
Okay, let us start with the first question. You have authored and published over 50 culturally rich children's books. What inspired you to take this unique route, and why do you believe multicultural storytelling is essential in today's world?
Wow. So I know it's a very wide question, to be honest, Shanoli. Defining that what inspired me, it's quite a challenge itself, because when we try to find the inspiration, sometimes we can find it just close by. Your family members can be your inspiration, or your somebody in your neighborhood, or somebody in politics, or cultural or community people and all. So for myself, I think I was inspired by my own children, to be honest. When they were growing up, we never had those, enriching books, the culturally rich books in the UK. And there was a dearth of that, okay, where I can represent my own community, my own, my heritage. So children, what they learned was whatever was available to them. So that's how that sparked my curiosity, that okay, I need to find those books. So when I used to go to India, I used to get those books, but that was not enough. And then I realized it's not only my children, the children coming from different families and different parts of the world who are residing here in the UK or any part of the world. So they somehow lack that connection, that bridge is not there. There is a gap of information about the culture and the heritage. So I decided that being children, they are the foundation of the society, and if we don't enrich them culturally, it is our loss. It's not their loss, because they don't even know what they are missing. It's our loss, that whatever culture we have received from our ancestors and from our motherland, and okay, we have moved out of the country, but how we can impart that. So that was the inspiration, I would say. Uh, Writing culturally rich books, and I've been continuing for past few years relentlessly promoting culture and heritage of India, festivals of India through my books. Yeah, and multicultural storytelling is quite essential, I would say, in today's day and age, because the world is multicultural, the world is growing. Children of today's day and age, they are the global children, because everything is available at their, the click of the button. And if we don't let them know what is available in the world, if we don't enrich them with those values, which those with those learnings, so it's a great loss. So it develops the empathy, it develops quite a broader perspective in their mind from their foundation years. So it's quite essential, I would say. So yeah, multicultural storytelling, it's quite important. And talking about that, I've just been to Mahakumbh earlier this year, in February, and I found that really astounding. I had just heard of the stories and what Mahakumbh is, what Kumbh is, but when I went there and experienced myself what these energies, these divine energies are, and what changes it, those bring to your life, that made me write a book. And this is
Wow.
Maya's Mystic Journey to Mahakumbh. So here I have, this little girl who goes on a family trip to Mahakumbh, and she gets separated, as quite relevant with the Kumbh stories which we have heard. It's
Yes.
lots of people, and how the divine forces come together and give her some sort of guidance and help her to reunite with her parents. So that's the crux of the story. So here I've used some spiritual characters, the mythological characters from Samudra Manthan, and how that girl feels overall about it. So earlier when she went, she was just thinking that, okay, it's just a mela. But when she went and experienced the whole thing, the whole episode, she realizes it's not only a mela, it's not only the holy dip in the bath, in the sangam. It's far more than that. And, it's quite enriching for soul and for the mind as well. So that's the story. And that what changes the perspective. When you visit places, that changes the perspective. So this is all my stories are about, bringing a new perspective to children's literature.
That's quite inspiring. Actually, experiences enrich us. And you have mentioned your experience, narrated your experience through a girl's voice, a girl's perspective. So I would request everyone to, if possible, you can read the book, because I am also looking forward reading it, feeling quite inspired about it. Okay, let us come to the next question. As a strong promoter of Hindi literature and founder of Say a Poem, how do you see the role of regional language and heritage in shaping a child's identity and confidence, especially in multicultural societies like the UK?
Right. So, with Say a Poem, this platform I started during the COVID times, when the time was, quite everybody was in a somber mood and sad and, quite aloof from the world. So I thought of, igniting a little nostalgic feeling, or something which they endear, something which is quite dear to them. And because I love Hindi language, and I have been a promoter of Hindi language since many years in the UK, I've taught Hindi to children and grown-ups and adults, and also to corporates and people from different walks of life, not only just to children. Because I found that Hindi language is one language which is the base of many other languages. This is how we start, the rotation of the tongue, the movement of the lips and the teeth, the connection between all this. It's the base of all the spoken languages. And if you are good in that, if then it enhances or improves your pronunciation, your understanding, and it improves the speech ability as well in children. So that's how I started. And obviously, in my inner self was also craving for that, that connection between myself and my mother tongue, my language from my homeland. So that's how I started Hindi teaching in the UK. And yeah, it grew, and people found it very amusing and exciting. And people from all different ethnicity, not only the Indian background, people from other backgrounds as well, they used to come and learn Hindi from me just for fun as well. And there was some purpose as well for different people. Coming back to say a poem, yeah, so I wanted to ignite that feeling that, there is something good within yourself, which you used to probably write when you were young, write the diary or poetry or something. So that's how I started. So, learning Hindi language during COVID times and reciting the poetry, making use of the digital platform, which was huge thing during COVID time, and it upsurged. So why not make use of all these different verticals and combine? And that's how Say a Poem was started. So children, ladies, men, elderlies, everybody, they joined my program, this digital program, which lasted for a few years, I would say. I still get requests that, okay, why don't you start again? And sometime I will very soon start again all the poetries and all. So my aim was at least children will hear those words. If parents are reciting those poetries online, rather than children not learning at all, if we go and ask them, okay, why don't you learn Hindi during, it's a daunting task, or why to learn Hindi? But at least if they hear something, some words coming out of their parents or poetry, and children might be curious, they might be intrigued, oh, what does that mean? Oh, what is that? At least they will hear that that sound vibration will make some effect in their minds. So that was a very subtle thing, but that did make a difference. And that grew quite a lot beyond my anticipation. People used to participate from Dubai, from India, from US and UK and different parts of the world as well. So it was a huge thing. But coming back to that poetry recitation, and why it is important, the regional language, because that forms the connection with your heritage, with your mother tongue, and you feel a sense of belonging. I remember my grandma used to, create her own songs, her folk songs she used to create. Um, and she used to say that, okay, when we were little children, young children, and sleep next to grandma, and she used to just sing the lullabies and all that. And she used to tell me that, please record this, somehow record this. She never knew what is recording, what to write. And she used to ask me to write down in my notebook. And I used to sometimes, and sometimes I used to forget. And now I feel that pinch that, oh gosh, I would have, if I would have written all those songs, the original songs which she had written in the regional language, it would have been fantastic, treasurable thing for me and for my whole family and for others who have listened. So it's very important for children to connect with their root, whatever the mother tongue they have, or any other regional language. It's extremely important, because that's how that heritage will pass on. That's how they will learn the nuances of that language plus the heritage. So it's extremely important, I would say.
Yes, actually, that is why recently in school curriculum also, learning through mother language has been given so much of emphasis. Actually, we also grew up reading lots of books on our mother language. That is why our bases are quite strong in comparison to the children these days. I also feel like bringing the children back into reading habit? These days, gradually the reading habit in the children is disappearing. So what
That's
like yours doing means quite encouraging in bringing back children to recitation or reading habits.
that.
Uh,
Thank
okay,
you.
now my next question is, in a digital first world, how can aspiring authors and educators creatively blend tradition and technology to make learning and literature more inclusive and engaging for children? See, we are gradually digitally also getting very much inclined. At the same time, if we think about maintaining the tradition, like you are already doing through your this organization by reciting poetry and all, and what else do you think would be applicable for this?
Shanali, it's a very apt question of for today's day and age because we are, digital media, digitalization is just, a part and parcel of life. We cannot live without our phone. We cannot live without our laptop and connecting to the world. So it's very important that we utilize it in a productive way as well. Yes, there are some negative ways, negative resources as well, but we need to come out in a positive way. And being an educator, it's very important to use the technology because technology, again, it's like part and parcel. So if we don't learn the technology, the use of AI, the augmented reality, and so many things which you can incorporate in your storytelling, it doesn't have to be always a paperback book. It can be a digital book. It can be a you know AI related or AI adapted book where a AI voice is reciting your book or the characters are coming to life. So this way, what will happen? The two ways. So you will learn the technology as well. You are going with the same pace as the world is moving. Plus, children will enjoy it more because for them, that's more of a real thing rather than just the paper book. So they will find it more vibrant, they will find it more immersive, they will find it more challenging and engaging as well at the same time. So it's very important that we use the technology to show our traditions, to show our culture. There can be, some characters or there, oh my God, there are so many things now you can do, like, publishing ebooks or turning that into an interactive storybook or apps or animation or so many things you can do with just one storybook or storytelling um, time. So it's important for educators to go through this route, I would say so.
Yes, absolutely. Now, my next question is, you have been recognized globally for promoting Indian culture through literature. What are some practical tips you would give to professionals, teachers, or parents wanting to instill cultural values in the next generation?
I think thank you very much for this very generosity and the lovely question which you have said. How the accolades bring the responsibility. Every accolade, excuse me, I always feel that all the accolades, all the awards, they are just a byproduct. You keep on doing the work, whatever you want to do, whatever your heart says, whatever you have set your mind to. All these accolades should not hamper your path and should not make you, oh, you are, flying in the air. Rather, they make you more responsible. They make you more aware of what purpose you are, going into. Why do you want to do certain things? So as you kindly mentioned about the awards and all that, that is fine. I'm really grateful to God and to everybody around me, my followers and my people who have supported me in my journey. But I would say that connecting the next generation with their cultural values, there are different ways how you can connect to them. One, start involving them in very, very small chores, small tasks of your day to day life. When it comes to culture, do not only and only talk about just Diwali and Holi, the prime festivals. Talk about, okay, why do we light the diya when we do the puja? What is the importance of that? What is the importance of sound when we do the ghanti? Why? What is the importance of that sound effect? What it, those sound waves affect our mind, the incense sticks. So all those small elements of doing that puja as well are equally, a great contributor to their understanding. And it will make them empowered and make them believe as well that yes, it makes sense. Give the scientific reason, not only like, okay, my parents used to say that do this, so you also do this, not like that. So if you give the scientific reasons of the sound vibrations or the incense sticks, these are all the five senses. Why do we do puja in certain way? For example, this is just one example I'm giving. But there are, if you see in India, there are like every day there is a festival, every day there is a regional or cultural thing happening all around India. You can pick just one thing, whatever you read in the newspaper, and just talk about it, whatever you know, or you sit down with them and Google it, and make it more interactive. And so that way, that will be a supportive learning, interactive learning, collaborative learning, and that is very important for them to understand from a very young age. Otherwise, they will, oh, yeah, it's something is there. Oh, let's forget it because it's too complicated. Otherwise, they'll think that way. So, tell the stories what your parents used to tell you or your grandparents used to tell you. Make it more creative and interactive and collaborative, I would say.
Absolutely. See, using storytelling method, we can imbibe all these values and cultures. Also, when we chant the mantras, these are
Right.
also scientifically backed, okay, what effects they bring on our body and mind. So all these things, yes. Gradually, I think in school level also, if we could think about starting some sort of cultural this heritages through the curriculum, I think children will get to know a lot of things. Especially through our own Indian cultures, so varied and rich. Lots of thing has to learn actually. Okay, next go. Let me go to the next question. As a community connector and digital media entrepreneur, how do you balance storytelling, publishing, and social impact? And what advice do you have for professionals seeking purpose driven careers like yours?
Wow. So I think just follow your heart. That's the baseline, I would say. When I was growing up, I did not know what I have to do. I come from a family where everybody is in corporate side or engineer or doctor or lawyer, and my mind was more creative. I was interested, but I was not passionate about those things. I was not passionate. My dad is a doctor, and he wanted me to become a doctor. And yes, I was interested in medicine, in learning like how medicine work, what these illnesses are, and why these things happen. I used to read his literature and the BMI magazine and BMJ magazine and all that, and so many things. But that was just the interest. That was not the passion. And when I came to explore my own inner self, and I enrolled in a course, and I found that, okay, this is my talking, this is what I want. And I used my creativity, and obviously now, like it's been so many years, and now I've started using technology as well, creating books and digital media platform and so many things which I'm doing. But everything comes together when you just follow your heart, because God always gives you signal. You need to just be, observant of your surrounding and of yourself, where your mind is going, where your heart is going. So that's the thing. And whenever I'm creating anything, for example, as you said that, what happens when I create the storybooks, I always ask the question why I'm creating it, who is the target audience, what purpose it will solve, why it has to bring some sort of change in the reader's mind, and what sort of change. So, if you question yourself, you will find those answers as well. So, obviously, you need to sit alone and do some more inner homework. But coming back to the question which you asked about the community connector and digital media and all that, I would say being in community, being a part of the community is a great deal because we are social animals. And if we have something, every person has something to give back to the community. I always say that. Sometimes we think, oh, I don't know, I'm not creative. What can I do? I'm not very technical. What can I do? Think again. God has given you some sort of special power, special quality or your characteristic that will make you different from others, and that you can give back to the community in whatever smallest or littlest way you can. So give back to the community and trying to bring the balance between your creativity and taking a practical step, like for example, like, yes, I'm doing the creative side, like storytelling and book writing and all that, but at the same time I'm trying to make a difference through that by, imparting the cultural knowledge or teaching the heritage, or taking the storytelling in a new way. For example, mahakumbh, like children would not be very much keen about knowing more about mahakumbh. Probably grown-ups would be more keen, but how you can use those current topics, current subject into your storyline and give something different to children to read. Because the more they read, the more diverse they read, the multicultural stories they would read, they would be more empowered and more empathetic. And this is what we want from today's children, I would say. So definitely, and but, this is how the community builds up, and people know you that okay, you do this type of work, you are known for this work. So this is how you will build your own community. And like for example, if somebody is looking for cultural books, they reach out to me that okay, Raki, I need something on this, and do you have anything, or you can guide me that where I can buy all this or something. I'm using those digital tools to integrate all the information and making it digitally available. That is crucial, I would say. This is just a purpose, not the destination, but yeah, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, that's all. Actually, if you have passion uh, to do something, I think you must go for that. Somehow you will find the way, and balancing
Yes,
everything together it automatically comes. When you are
that's
multitasking, after a few days, automatically you can adjust all your works together, one
yes.
after another. I feel.
I was, if I tell you, like, I was not at all into publishing. I didn't know a single word about publishing, how to publish a book. Self learning, doing it, experimenting it, failing it multiple times, and then improving it. And now I teach other people how to publish their book, how to write their book, how to draw their characters, or design their children's books. So I now, because I have learned it now, and I know everybody struggles who want to write a book, and today technology has made it so easy, so why not use it? And if I have discovered that, invented that little wheel for myself, so I can give that wheel to somebody else and they can, make their own car or bicycle out of it. So it's just means of it, like how, how you can help to the community. So it's like holding hands. It's like that, like, supporting each other.
Yes. And today's last question. Looking back at your journey from Rajasthan to the UK and now impacting global education, what is your biggest lesson in resilience, and how can educators and change makers stay rooted while creating global impact. That thing,
Wow.
that is the best thing. That you are still grounded, creating global impact, but still grounded. That is the thing.
Uh,
That is what everybody should maintain. So, what is your advice on that?
I think, Shanali, it all comes from within, that how you take things in life. If you take things for granted, you know, life will take you for granted. If you take things in life that, okay, there is a purpose, there is a meaning to it, and you have certain days on this planet, you are assigned certain days, that's it. You will go away. And why don't you leave something, the little? I always say, do a little, a minuscule thing, but do something for others. I always teach my children, no matter what you earn, or you don't study, it's fine. As long as you turn out to be good citizens and good human being,
Yes.
that's it. I'm done. I will feel happy that I've raised good kids. As a mother, I'll be happy. So money, all that materialistic things, they will come in life or whatever. It's fine. God is great. God will grace us with all those things. But you need to be nice to other people and give the best thing, whatever you can think. Share with people. So come out, bring the best out of yourself by writing books and doing the work, whatever I'm doing. It's just I want our, our those wonderful and culturally rich roots not to be lost or dried out. So I want to bridge that gap between UK and India. Forget about the country, between the children of today's day and what culturally rich our country is. So I want to bridge that gap through my storytelling, through my books. And the message of what I want to give is like, I have come out of India. It's been so many years I've been living in UK, but don't forget your roots. You can fly high, but your roots are there. So stay grounded. And, you can fly with the wind wherever the wind is blowing. That's fine. All you will see all the seasons in life. But if your roots are stronger, you'll come out as a stronger person, be it professionally or be, in a personal or friendly way or, in a community help or whatever way you want to support, but yeah, do something good for community. And yes, gradually if everybody starts doing that, it will be a global impact.
Yes,
Don't
actually. Yeah. So,
just be in the moment right now and do your best. That's it.
yes, absolutely. So, it's really an honor talking to you. So, what a truly enriching conversation that was. A heartfelt thank you to Rakhi ma'am for sharing your vibrant journey, powerful insights, and the passion that drives your work in children's literature and cultural education. To our viewers, if you found value in this discussion, do like, share, and comment your takeaways. And don't forget to subscribe to the ProLearnz YouTube channel, where we continue to bring you stories that inspire, empower, and transform. If you are an educator, author, changemaker, or professional with a powerful story or message to share, we invite you to be a speaker on the ProLearnZ Power Talk series. Registration link is available in the YouTube description box. Let's build a world of learning, leadership, and legacy together. Until next time, this is Dr. Shanoli Ray signing off. Keep shining and keep growing with ProLearnZ. Thank you. Thank you, Rakiji, once again. And thank you all who are watching.
It was really just one last thing, lead with humility and heart. Stay grounded, give your best to the community. That's what I have to say as well. And you are doing the same, Shanali. And thank you very much for having me today here on your talk show. And it's been an absolute pleasure and honor. So thank you very much.
Thank you.